As at the time of this report, the corpse is yet to be released, as an insider told Channels Television that the police have asked the family members to hold on the burial till proper investigations and post-mortem are carried out. Loretta Chiogo, Channels Television News.
Meanwhile, the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Mr. Umar Manko, has appealed to residents of Ikorodu to go about their lawful businesses and allow the police authority investigate the issue that led to the killing of their bike rider in the area. Addressing journalists after the State Security Council meeting with the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babatunde Fashola, at the State Secretariat, Alausa, Mr. Manko said everything will be done to deal with the matter. He, however, reminded the motorbike riders that the law banning them from plying illegal routes is still in force.
We appeal to the motorcyclists to allow the law to take its course. They shouldn't take laws into their hands. The residents of Ikorodu should go about their lawful businesses, and there is a law. I want to emphasize there is a law on restriction of motorcyclists in Lagos State, and that law is going to be enforced by the police and other security agencies.
I'm now being joined on the news at 10 by Mr. Ikechukwu Ikeji, a legal practitioner. You're welcome to the news at 10.
Thank you for having me.
Well, this is just one more incident involving the police and civilians, which has ended up in the loss of life. Why does this keep happening?
I think it's a failure of regulation and impunity. You see, the way the police handle civilians in Nigeria just smells of impunity, because there's hardly punishment for any of their irregular actions. For example, police brutality continues and nobody reacts. Police extrajudicial killings continue and nobody reacts. And the same police, look at what the Commissioner of Police just said here now. Instead of being remorseful as to what has happened, he is coming out to remind us again that the traffic law is still in force, without bearing reference whatsoever to the death of an innocent Okada rider. So I think it's a failure of regulation and poverty, paucity of external supervision of the Nigerian police. The only body that is given that power to supervise the Nigerian police externally is the Police Service Commission, and they are not doing their jobs properly, and that goes down into what you see transpiring presently with the abundant revelations of extrajudicial killings, extrajudicial intimidation, and arrant abuse of the rights of Nigerians under Section 33 of the 1999 Constitution as amended.
But internally, within the police force, there have been a lot of training sessions that have gone on, especially in recent times, and specifically regarding the use of arms. So does this mean that the training is not effective, or is it defective? Or what is it?
We have been having trainings for donkey years, as far as we know in Nigerian police force. There has never been a time you won't hear that the Nigerian police is undergoing one form of training or the other. Even when we see people being killed in around disregards to human life, you still hear them talk about training, that they are training themselves. There's no effect whatsoever of this training on the performance of Nigerian police. There's absolutely no effect. What you see happening is just a normal procedure of superiority complex, if you permit that phrase, of security personnel. Once they wear that uniform of security, they feel superior to fellow human beings, and instead of helping fellow human beings, they would assume the role of superior power. If you go to the United States, for example, a policeman will SIR you, S-I-R, will SIR you to jail. It will, humility and respect, ensure that the law and order is effectively carried out. But in Nigerian police, they first of all, they come from the premise, from the position of superiority to fellow citizens.
Now, the government is actually aware about these extrajudicial killings. And as a matter of fact, in April this year, the special prosecutor of the International Criminal Court
Yes.
came to Nigeria to investigate
Yes.
these accusations.
Yes.
Now, what other steps can be taken to ensure that these killings don't recur and impunity is contained?
First of all, we have to start with the leadership, with the government. There has to be political will on the part of government to correct themselves, so that when they are talking, when they want to instill discipline in the police themselves will bear reference to the fact that the executive has corrected itself, and it will be very difficult for them to disobey the executive. But where you don't have a moral high platform, the moral grounds to correct me, you cannot correct me. Yes, there has been series of killings. For example, the Apple 6 is still hanging on our head. We had even not only the police, the military also are guilty of extrajudicial killing. We have the Baga killings, about 200 civilians. Up till today, the OD killings have had the courts give judgment in favor of the OD people, and nothing has been done by the federal government. In the same vein, somewhere in the Middle Belt, there were also killings, and the court gave judgment in favor of the citizens, and nothing has been done. So the political will is lacking on the part of the government. There's another body, Nigerian Human Rights Commission, which is also empowered under the National Human Rights Commission Act to investigate some of these human rights abuses. But these people are living under the influence of the federal government, and it is very difficult for them to extricate themselves from the overwhelming influence of the federal government, so as to be objective in tackling some of these human rights abuses, especially when you know that they are being paid. So the way forward is for there to be an independent commission made up of civil society groups, especially having lawyers as its nucleus, very independent of the government, to undertake investigations and profile ways of prosecution of any extrajudicial killing or even brutality, police brutality. This is one of the way forward.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate your coming on the news at 10.
My pleasure.
I've been speaking with Mr. Ikechukwu Ikeji, a legal practitioner, about extrajudicial killings in Nigeria. In part 2, after the break, students and parents plead for an end to industrial action by public university lecturers. That's in a moment. Do stay with us.
How are you?
Yes, Grandma, what are you eating tonight?
Indomie.
There's no noodles like Indomie noodles. That's why generations of caring mothers trust Indomie.
Mama do good, she do good. Mama way good to us. She do good, she give us Indomie. She do good, Indomie sweet, well, Indomie.
Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
When I was younger, my generation ate Indomie regular chicken. But as I grew older, I needed more. And there, Indomie gave me more with the Indomie Super Pack. I grew much older and my appetite got even bigger. And there came Indomie Hungry Man size. I don't know how Indomie manages to fill my stomach every time.
Indomie 210 grams, Hungry Man size. You wanted more, you have more.
Get it today.
Wherever and whatever your banking needs, Guarantee Trust Bank will be there, now and into the future. Because you're at the heart of everything we do. Guarantee Trust Bank, proudly African, truly international.
Protein, no. He gets plenty fiber. Beta nutrient inside only well with no.
so you fit enjoy Honeywell with